Yo, what is up guys, Ghost here, and today finally we have had word from DICE. No, unfortunately it's not the class changes patch we've all been eagerly anticipating, patch 3.2, but rather patch 3.1.2, which is a preliminary patch before the big class changes roll in. But nevertheless, there are some pretty juicy things in here, so let's get to it. Before we begin though, as always, it'd be awesome if you guys could subscribe if you enjoyed the Battlefield content. That way you won't miss out on any future videos. We're fast approaching 40k subs, so let's see how fast we can get there. Okay, so first things first, patch 3.2, the one with the class changes, is still slated to release later this month. DICE do say here you can expect a more substantial set of changes coming later this month in update 3.2 alongside the reworked breakaway map and the return to classes. So don't fret, it will be here eventually, probably not this week. I think if that were the case they would have told us that in this patch, so almost definitely next week then, unless they sneak it in right at the very tail end of January. But what is in this patch then? Well, for starters, we have 6 new weapons for Battlefield 1942 coming to Portal. The Mark 6 revolver, the Gewehr 43, the Gewehr, I'm probably butchering that name, but the 43ZF4, those are both semi-automatic rifles. The M1 Garand Sniper, a classic of course, the number 4, which is a Lee Enfield rifle, and the Sten. Unfortunately for DICE, I don't think a lot of people actually play any of the 1942 stuff on Portal. I may be wrong on that, and I don't wish to offend any die-hard 1942 Portal players out there, but I have a feeling they're maybe gearing up to make some of these weapons vault weapons. As far as I know, we haven't had a single 1942 gun become a vault weapon yet, probably because they're predominantly rifles, or the automatic ones have very slow rates of fire, so I'm not sure how DICE are going to balance that, but I guess we'll find out. Next up, we have a couple of vehicle changes. The 50mm cannon pod ammo for transport air vehicles has actually been increased from 8 to 10. Now, whilst you might be leaping up out of your chair or the bed or the sofa or wherever the hell you like to watch my videos at the thought of a buff for the transport helicopters, I don't think this is the worst change. The damage is the same, the rate of fire is the same, it just means you've got a little more firepower to go at before you're totally empty. And the second vehicle change here is for the railgun tank. So they've resolved an issue where for a brief period of time the tank's turret speed would be slowed after firing the Maul primary weapon. So that's the upgraded cannon. I actually thought this was an intended effect, but I guess not. Hey, now that the railgun tank is going to be even more effective than it already is. I have to say I'm also very surprised to not see them make any changes to the railgun tank more than that. I proposed a bunch of my own changes in a video a while ago. As always, you can find it in the corner if you're interested. Some of you guys agreed with me there, some of you not so much, which is absolutely fine, but anyway, I digress. Moving on to the weapon changes, they've fixed some cases of recoil compensation not being consistent upon firing for prolonged periods of time. So take that to the bank for whatever it's worth. It's pretty generic, but perhaps we're going to have an easier time with recoil now on certain weapons. Then again, maybe not. Now, the Rausch railgun has seen some nerfs. So firstly, it will now do less damage to vehicles. 50% less damage to heavy vehicles, 25% less damage to light vehicles, and the capacitor charge time before you can fire has been increased from 0.8 seconds to 1 second, only for the single shot mode. So good changes there, I'm sure you'll agree. It really wasn't fun getting sniped in a vehicle by a railgun across the map by multiple people and not being able to do a damn thing about it. And similarly, I think we all know that the Rausch sniping power against infantry is a little bit too good. So, you know, not massive changes, but a slight tweak there for the better, I think. However, the MCS 880 shotgun has seen massive changes, and I don't mean massive changes like when I put it in the title of a video to draw you all in, but then they're just big changes. I mean massive changes. Damage per pellet has been increased on this weapon from 8 up to 15 at a range of under 20 meters with the buckshot, so almost a doubling of the damage in close range. That is pretty massive, if you ask me. This gun has of course been notoriously underpowered. It can't hold a candle to the 12mm auto and the new Season 3 shotgun, the NVK S22, but this looks like it could actually be very good now. And then the NVK P125, that's the new Season 3 futuristic pistol with the burst mode. That one has had its burst per minute increase from 150 to 160, so a small but impactful buff there too. So the class system is coming. I wait with bated breath to see what's changed since we last heard from DICE. Are the specialists all in the same classes as we last knew? Are the same gadget restrictions applicable? If you're not up to date on the changes that patch 3.2 will bring with it, and whether or not that will be a good thing for you, you should probably go and watch this video. Thank you for watching today, guys, and I'll see you later.